Hello, welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are on the warpath. We are finally making progress. We took back 2 vassal cities in the last session. We're being besieged on our eastern flank, but it is not really a real problem. We have an army with a big dragon coming back. We have 1 army here ready to deal with it, as well as a 2nd army of just NPCs. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get another hero in here. But I don't think I have the cap right now. There are a lot of guys here, but it's all right. And we have an army of 4 that just took High Throne. We just took Hollowed Hall underneath this, and we're going to march on Radiance so that I can get a double gold wonder. I have to start researching bind gold wonder also, because it costs a lot to bind. And it's going to take us a while. I'm also realizing if I keep casting favorable winds, I cannot summon my ruler, my avatar of chaos. So quickly before we do anything here, we have Peaceful, we have Seagullgrad, 30, 32. We have Gold Bank, 28, but lots of gold. And Trothcourt, 35. Flag Spire. Population 17. 19, 11, 4. How are these guys making that much money at 14 population? 32, 32. That's pretty good. Oh, I can see what everybody makes me here. I wish I could organize this at, like, people I'm not at war with. So we could just better sort this out. So you're giving me 30, 23, 32, 11. Seagullgrad's actually not that great. Magnafort is decent mana. Trothcourt's giving me Imperium, which I'm all about. As are Flagspire. Let's take Flagspire. They also give me 32 mana and 32 knowledge. It's less gold, but the rest of it's kind of worth it. And that's all the Whispering Stones we have, unless... No, that's all the Whispering Stones we have. Jupiter Joe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Keep forgetting Binding Wonders gives you 50 knowledge income. It's not a bad idea to research early for the knowledge boost. Yeah, the flip side of it is every time you bind a wonder, you take a permanent grievance. So if you're not smart about it and you don't have your alliances in place, you'll end up in some trouble. Speaking of putting our alliances in place, I think we're going to have to put some alliances in place. Where is this one here? Pinnacle is owned by... Oh, also you. Interesting. I really don't want to go to war with Svetica, but I have 2 turns to decide. So let's just vibe check it for now. Too deep in the military victory rabbit hole? Yeah, that happens. Sometimes you just want to blow up all the people. It's a possible for this run, but I don't think it's likely. Zorn and Megara would be easier to wipe out, as would Silas. Svetica, probably not too bad. Titania would be a bit of a nightmare to get to. The Dawn Tree is really hard to reach. It's also all famous. She's in alliance with all my enemies. Thing is, I really just don't want Svetica because like there's all these little tiny armies all around. So it would suddenly, if I join this war, stuck in a bad way. Maybe I should break this alliance and I should ally with her. That way I could have Silas and Savetica, or Sundrin and Savetica, as allies. It's a thought. It's a thought. Whispering Stone has returned. Uh-oh. We're probably gonna need to put Whispering Stones in these cities just to get their vibe back up. Bind them with the spell. I've not done that since the magic victory changes. It's very rare I get a magic victory anymore. Almost always, by the time that you've expanded enough to take 4 gold wonders, you have more than enough for an expansion victory. And the expansion victory is significantly easier to maintain. Because you only have to defend 3 locations. And you can build them so they're all right next to each other. Okay, okay. Citizens in Red Hilt host a celebration. They want a blessing. Imperium, 1 population, production, or a couple of skeleton pole arms. 352 Imperium is a lot of Imperium. Zorn, what do you mean I've been a thorn in your side? You had plus 200 and something to me last turn. Oh, it's because I'm allied. You're being dragged into war. We just picked up Bone Dragon Reanimation. Tier 4. Maxing out our Tier 5 Tome. We talked about taking Tome of the Reaper. It would give us greater reanimation. It would also give us Reapers. I thought it gave us Marked for Death, but that must be the Tier 5 Tome. Pray tell, what does my build say I'm doing here? I normally always try to mark in an extra book, but I'm actually off build already. So we can talk about this. I don't think Demon Gate gives us much. Here is one thing. Fight for Power works on accursed fiends. They still count as fiends. So I could merge my fiends together to make better versions. But the problem is that they might just become infernal fiends. Pandemonium Tome for that huge juicy racial transform. For the Vessels of Chaos. It's not bad. Havoc Magic is also very good for us. Mostly for the Accursed Tricksters, but... what are our other options here? Soul Siphons is an okay siege project. Harvest Population I don't think we need. Marked for Death we don't need. Reapers are okay. They're tier 5, right? They do Frost. And they do get that one shot, one kill. Excuse me. I do like the idea of greater reanimation. It allows me to bring back Reapers, Bone Dragons, War Breeds, any of my charge units. It also lets me spawn Corrupt Souls. Also, it costs souls instead of mana. So it gives me an alternative spell. Don't know that corruption would do much for us. What's our other thing? Materium is our third build. I mean, Severing is always really good. Null Shield doesn't do much. Spell Word is good. Final Banishment can be good, less good for me. It's more like Disrupting Blades. Disrupting Blades is very worthwhile taking. We'd get Severing Golems, which aren't bad. I don't know that we need any more tier 5 spellcasters, though, seeing as we have Calamity Dragons. Artificing would get us more crit. You're right. 30% crit chance. Siege Magic. We could also take Bolt Repeaters. That would give us 6, and then we could take Tome of the Crucible, which would give us Meteor Arrows, Lava Burst, which is really good, Meteor Shower, which is really good, Fortified Crucible, Empire. Okay, let's do that. We'll take Tome of Artificing into Tome of the Crucible. Tome of Enchantment would also not be bad. We'd get Purging Arrows. Spell Tempered Shields we could skip. Sundered Blades. Yeah, no, let's do this. I like it.
Artifice, I like to think, is the ultimate expression of genius made physical.
I don't need those, but I do want these. I don't need golems either. No, take it. Take it for now. You can almost make it there. If I built a road up through here... Could I do that? I sure could. Trying to think about how to like sneak that army up. You're gonna go there. We're gonna cast Favorable Winds on you. Move you again. You are so slow. Arf! Where did these dweebs come from? Just when you thought you've got him broken down, he shows back up with another big stack. Everybody but you is in good shape. You're in perfect shape, so I definitely want you fighting. You're in basically perfect shape. And you're in almost perfect shape. But what if I said... Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Why are you pulling them instead of them? Why are you pulling them at all? What the hell, dudes? Why would you pull that army ever? Stop pulling the weak army. What if I did that? I do not understand this logic. But I'm finding it very frustrating. There we go, finally. 7,000 versus 24. There is absolutely no situation where I should be losing those guys. As soon as I have this teleporter up, it's going to change, and I'm not going to have to fight any more of these stupid fights. Right now, I'm still in a position, though, where I have to fight these stupid fights. Couple nice shots from downtown. You can grant 2 bolstered defense, so let's do that. I probably should put it on you. These guys in the middle here can also all move up. Capu will give a sprint charge too. Let him hit it. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of going to move everybody up here. We're just going to go for a big whambo slambo is what we're going to do. Chunk up as much damage as we possibly can right away. On this end, oh, we should probably cast Big Tornado first. I do love Big Tornado. Aldo can do all sorts of things now that he's not trapped by limited movement. You're going to cast Frozen Flames. So, I have Domination here, which is an option. I also like the idea of just running up and casting Rallying Cry. This guy is a tank. This guy is a mage. Stick a little Ghost Fire on you. Cast of Watchful. Could just run up and Stunning Bash. I could run up. Cast Taunt. On you. Stunning Bash this guy. Drop into a shield wall. This side feels like it's a bit messy right now. I'm gonna let us move up a few more. Let's bring a bit of the gang up to say hello. All right, you're going to come up. You're going to throw a dagger. Oh, no shot on the kill, though. He dies in a retaliation. And I tell you what, you can actually go on that guy in the back, which stops him from casting his fancy spells, so that works for me. Am I going to check out Zephon? Dude, I really hope so. I'm sure I will at some point. I'm not sure when. Millennia also just got a new DLC this week that I really want to check out, and I want to do the Songs of Silence campaign. So I'm at this terrible point where there's too many strategy games to play. A terrible conundrum for me. Just the worst. But it do make things complicated. Nice, good cleaving strike here. You're taking big, nice, tasty damage. What do we got in the back row of pyromancers here? That one for sure. I got a delicious Zephyr Strike coming in. This guy's got a kill there. Yeah, for sure you do. So let's go with the Zephyr Strike on these three. I'm going to go with the Grand Cleave on you. Big hits, big hits. We're going to go with 40% shots. Caesar's really got some slow movement. You know what? Do that cleave again. Oh, you can't. Damn. Do that then. Stick them all together. That's what I'm looking for. You're going to have to move up. I got options. The kill would be really nice, though. Take the cleaving sweep. She's got killing momentum. Kill him. Kill him. You've got nothing to be done. You've got a kill right there. You get to tap that guy for a little bit of damage, and then you come in with the flank attack. Like you're meant to as an assassin. The Bastion comes up, does some damage. Have I got any more AoEs here? Probably not. I tell you what, why don't we put you here, and then you can cast Frozen Flames. Frozen in the back. Aldoc's got an option. He could dominate someone. Though I don't really know that I want to dominate any of their heroes. 65 Ghostfire. You're immune to being stolen. You've got potential for big heals. As I guess do you. I could cast that on him and then have you move up and cast it as well. Get the double kill there. Oh, he moves. Okay, well, you're not slipping away from that. 90% chance of taunt. 43% chance of taunt. You don't taunt on attack, do you? No. You also don't do much damage. I'm going to try it. Taunt. No shot. Just give them counter stance just in case they get attacked in the back. Ouchie. That's good. He does a lot on counterattack. He astral summoned a guy in here. Just a little bit funny. Maybe I should not have wasted all that time trying to kill. Can you get that? You sure can. You sure can, kiddo. Shield bash. Immune fire. Forget that those bastions are not immune to fire. All right, you're pretty much dead. And by pretty much, I mean completely dead. Yeah, so there was really no reason at all to lose any unit in that fight. Been digging it. Zephon's mostly Gladius++, but it has neat meta modifiers you unlock from completing games. Settings extremely cool. Rating is good. They hired some real writers. Love that. I do love little meta modifiers. Is there diplomacy? Or is it just all war all the time like Gladius is? Still waiting for a 4X game to figure out how diplomacy works. One day. One day they'll get it, but I don't know when. How's this look? Give it to me. Give it to me. So losing these accursed blades is what I don't want to do. There's a reason I brought up a 4th army here, though. And it's precisely because of things like this. You get in there, you can't. Oh, you can reach him. Don't worry. We got him on the ropes. Oh, I guess I have this accursed ogre as well. He might as well join the team. Does it matter who kills the target for XP purposes? I know it can matter for new ambitions. Yeah, for the ambitions, yes. For everyone else, I don't think so. I certainly have not been able to figure out otherwise. It seems like everybody just gets a ton of XP. And I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, if you have 5 units that are all legendary and 1 unit that's not legendary, it will get all the XP for the fight. If I'm remembering that correctly. Zephon does have Diplo, but like most 4X games, it's exploitable if you know what you're doing. It works. You can forge alliances and friction between factions. Keep you hugboxing the whole map. Direct your allies, some very basic map marker placement. Cool. Auto fight was less loss. Sometimes the computer does a good job on auto fights. Most of the time it doesn't, but sometimes it really shines. I'm gonna throw at least 1 guy in here. Nice. We completed Imperial Essence, so we're getting an extra 15 Imperium now. Good. Good. Alduk my tank. Yeah, an extra 15 damage. You're not doing a lot right now. Oh, mostly because your axe sucks. Let's fix that. Next item, we're going to build a better one-handed item for him. This is Aya, who I guess is going to go crit Grim Executioner, but first we're going to take Champion of War. Capu. You cannot take that retaliation. You could take a mobilized charge, This is level 18, so he only has he has 3 skill points in total left. I could go Vigor, Reckless Rage, Berserker Rage. I cannot get Undying Warrior on him, which is a bit of a mistake, but... I could also take Vigor, Brutal Parry, and then Unyielding, or Relentless Charge, or some shenanigans over here. Brutal Parry does not seem like a good skill to me. But I tell you what, this guy does get attacked all the time, so I'm going to take it anyway. This skill seems like garbage, he says. Let's take it. Remains. You captured somebody. The call to war is still on the table. I have Victory High Throne, Steelgrad, and Bastion. Oh, yeah. Zorn war decked me. The city is being vassalized. God damn it, Zorn. I can't be at war with all of them at the same time. Now, I'm folding an army back here. They're going to be able to deal with this threat and then probably hold Zorn long enough to get a piece back. She's got a lot of units down here. What are you weak to? Lightning. Lightning, and you have blight resistance. You also have like pretty good armor. But that's not really a problem. I'm fire and frost, so we end up pretty neutral against each other. And she's going to be doing, I imagine, just physical. I might have to take a temporary peace with Lighthaven. Defender class heroes kind of need the polearm weapon and swiftness boots to compensate for the lack of the mount slot. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. Or the swiftness racial trait. Some of the signature skills are underwhelming. I mean, they're definitely not meant to be as big bombastic as they were before. But also, like, the signature skills before were just take all the summon spells and win the game. For most people. March on their capitals and the calls of peace will follow. What is Megara doing? This is what I want to know. She's a chosen destroyer, path of strife. She can't take a single goddamn city. She's the alliance I need. Dum dum. I could attack Beastfold. I think I'd have a bad time. If just Charon went to go do that. He's not actually that good an army. He has like no melee troops. I don't know who Zorn has, if anybody. I mean, he's moved a bunch of people up north. Problem is, if I vassalize Zorn, then Megara goes to war with me. She has no choice. Peace is never an option. I woke up today choosing violence. Some days that's what you gotta do. Ain't gonna be me judging you for that. Dawn of day 120. Bastion is enthused about meeting us for the first time. Bastion's got crazy good vassal income. All right, what do we got? We got an arcane observatory over here. Five production per adjacent quarry. Now, I got a question. Do quarry runes count for that? I don't think they do. Gotta wait for that farm to be replaced before I can replace it. Okay. How want do? Charger, archer, steel shaper. Big tentacle beast. Big tentacle beast, dragon. That's better. Who has... No. Is it just my mage? No, you have undead leader. So you want the bulk of the actual regular units and not these guys. You're fine with them. Yeah, I mean, a shade is kind of a frontline unit. These guys aren't undead, though. I mean, I guess the real answer is I don't have enough undead to do that. And then Io moves back on her own. I would rather give this army to Io. This army to Kapu. And move him back. Okie dokie. Can you guys rebuild this teleporter ruin? Like immediately, please? That's what I need right now. I've got to heal. Teleporter. Yeah, I need these guys to rebuild this ASAP. Warriors just charge weapon, go burr. Or Cestus monk punch. Would be nice if my chaos warriors were more different than a nature warrior. Well, the nature warriors could jump. The chaos warriors can cleave. So there are minor differences. War breeds also have natural regeneration. I have to answer this call this turn, don't I? Yep. Do you have anything I want? Ooh. Wind ring. 60% wind ring. Slip away, vicious killer, inspiring killer. That's also not bad. I'll buy that off you. All right. Well, sugar. Sugar Shack. How did Zorn cast Burden of Guilt on me? How can he even see me over here? My fancy new hat is ready. It's going to make me much harder to kill. And I said I needed to create... I'm going to get rid of these heavy armor greaves. I need to create a good tier 1 weapon for that tank. Let's give him a hammer, maybe. Double retaliation is good. Taunt is very good. With provoke, I don't know that I need provoke if I have taunt on a weapon, because why would I ever taunt / provoke if I can just hit them and have a chance of doing the same thing? I guess if that's the case, let's grab weakened. And it can be called the backbiting cold, because it bites back. So at least we got another good tier 4 en route. All right, so we're at war with you. We're going to be at... We got people coming in there. You can move there, but it's not quite close enough. Trash this. Yeah, I'm fine with it. So these guys are going to start rebuilding their walls. What's going to be the most useful for me to have? A teleporter up here is nice. A golem mine is also nice because it gives them a bit more defense. A Seafarer's Guild gets us an insane amount of everything, so that's really what I should be building. There's basically no excuse to build anything other than that at this point. Four turns on Mentor's Pond. So let's just do this. All right. At least now we have almost 5,000 strength. And a couple of other guys merging up in. I feel like I've lost a shade recently. I mean, what is in this army right now? It's a shade and a bonking stick. I guess let's grab another shade. Why not? I like the accursed tricksters, but they do cost a lot of mana, but also this is starting to even out. Shades 25 and 21. Warbreeds are how much? 34 and 13. I'll tack another one of them in. Urk the Quizzical. Man, this guy looks awesome. This guy looks like a demon. Barbarian ogres with war paint look really good. Move over orcs. We got ogres now. You guys aren't making any more of those honor blades, are you? No. Okay. We do have 4 of them up here, and they're costing me a sizable sum of money. But for right now, I'm going to keep them. Honor blades have the expensive trade, so they also literally cost just more cash. Can you move it all? You can. Move you here, move you here. At least that way everybody is protected. I think I have to pass on these guys for a little while. There's no way. Because I'm going to have to attack Copperlode. And I'm probably going to have to repel some attack from the north. It might not be a ton, but it would be some. There is a teleporter here being rebuilt, so I could move up and attack Silver Fence with haste if needed. Seagullgrad's going to be up in my grill as well. These guys just have to heal for right now. Okay. Dragon and Eldritch rulers are pigeonholed into certain classes if you want to RP with them. The dragon can basically be any class. You just have to give it a different type of claw. Because I don't believe its signature skills are tied to what claw it uses. So you can give it a nature claw to start it as a ritualist and then make it an order dragon if you wanted. The class is tied to its color? Really? Level 8 signature skill is tied to starting claw. Wow. Oh, I didn't realize that. That might screw up some of my builds. I might have to look into that a little bit more. I've been working on a dragon build for the next playthrough. Dude, you gotta stop sending more units at me. Enough is enough. I got other fights I now need to deal with. At least Zorn so far doesn't actually seem to be attacking me with anybody. I don't know who he's meant to be attacking, but there's a mod that lets you be any of it, and it's silly AF. Nature needs to be a ritualist. I mean, they certainly have the right abilities for it. So even if you build... I can't look. I was going to say, even if you build a Dragon Claw, that's a different type, though. Oh, but I guess you're saying because it locks you into... Right, so whatever the first clause you have locks the first transformation? That doesn't feel right for me. You can change the claw, but the dragon type, so the breath element and etc. But if you change the claw, you can change... No, you can't change classes. I'm confused. So if you start with the ritualist claw, you have to be a nature dragon. You can't just say level up and take a different transformation. Ah, that's lame. I mean, I certainly see why they do it. but I don't have to like it. That army of 6 is less than that army of 4. Well, no time like the present, I suppose. 3220, 3105. I don't know how we hold up against this guy's army. The answer is very good. Extremely well, in fact. Why you gotta kill 2 of my war breeds? Of all the units you could kill off, you've got to go for the war breeds. What is your army? Your army has 2 vow keepers in it. This has got to be fixed. Your army has no vow keepers. Vow keeper, spellcaster, spellcaster hero, living, shadow, and a calamity dragon. I mean, the calamity dragon is sort of designed to tank with the Mask of Calamity. You got a vow keeper, a Zephyr archer, and a caster. You need a charge-based unit, which is going to be him. Which means you guys are a caster, 3 casters, an archer, a shade. This is not a good army. Shades, you need war breeds. Okay, that army's busted. Moment to breathe, moment to breathe. Academy. $50 gold, 50 mana, roughly, in upkeep up here. Absolutely trash tier units. Do we have any other trash tiers to go in there? I mean, I guess I could give him a vow keeper or something, but killed these guys. Mostly for the devotion. 114. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, and I do have the shade. Okay, let's give that to these guys. Oh! I knew I forgot to do something. I broke my oath. You want open borders? I'll give it to you. Why not? Big Daddy Charon can do big explosive charges, or he could do 10% extra damage, or he could summon the undead. Good question. You got 6 points left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go see if we can make him get Berserker Rage. So if I'm not at war with Svettica, that means I'm only at war with Zorn and Purple, and I'm only at war with White, which means I can continue on my warpath. That all being said, I still desperately need to heal some more. Don't love this guy's situation right now. I'd like to take that sanctuary. Let's spend one more turn healing up here. And then I'll start marching next round. Purple is pushed back, which means I could just move on Zorn, actually. Starting to not see a reason not to. My mage, level 18. You've got that. You've got 18, 19, 20 points. You could get Ritualist. You could also just get cheaper units. You could also get healing units. Let's go for cheaper. Better Rally Allegiance, Raising Cities, Baylors. That heal is going to be really useful in 6 turns. I do need to expand my city cap, so let's just do that. Keeps us at 400. It's quite the look. Quite the pajamas. Oh, I am being attacked over here again. Nature dragons must be ritualists. You can change the claw, but the dragon's type of breath, element, etc. No. Transformation is not tied to starting elements. Level 8, you can be a natural dragon of starting affinity. Yeah, so I was looking at this through, but I was looking at it through the database builder, like the website, which it literally has a thing that says some of the dragon affinity stuff isn't working right now. So this is why I'm a little bit messed up on it. No affinity requirements for the dragon, yeah. Starting element does not matter that much, but it feels wrong to be breathing fire just so you can be a warrior. Class is locked. Okay, simply put, class is locked behind the dragon's starting affinity. Each affinity having a different class, for the most part. I mean, Chaos and Shadow both share warrior. Signature affinity skills have no affinity requirements, and you can take any affinity skill, but on the level 8 signature, you also have an alternative signature skill that's tied to the starting affinity. Right. Oh, okay. So you are the type of dragon that you are, but you can also then decide to add on, say if you were a Chaos dragon, you could add on Order Breath so that you also do spirit damage. You have 7 options for affinity level up instead of 6. Right. Because Primal as well. Cool. Cool. Yeah, the six affinities, and then Primal is the 7th. Which I'm really excited to try out. No, my shrine! That's worth a lot. I can't. That produces 15 of everything. 10% damage on all battle mages is really nice, but I think it's time I pick up Bind to Ancient Gold Wonder. We've been putting it off and putting it off. We'll cast Artisan Armaments, giving all of our melee units an additional 30% crit chance, which sounds outrageous when you say it out loud. I'm gonna march on Tenet. Methinks I'd be a fool not to. Oh, you know what I should do, actually, is clear out some of these mobs as well. This guy's waiting on that war braid. So this guy's not going to repair this teleporter. Am I understanding that correctly? I know that vassals won't build teleporters. Which I tend to find perpetually frustrating. That's 1,000 points. You're 1,000 points. Your face is 1,000 points. I mean, you might as well come over and help. Steel shaper. We might as well take a peek in here. A royal fire dragon and a frost dragon are down here. This is actually pretty low risk for us. I don't know. If it's worth doing at the moment is the only thing. I can do it pretty easily, but it's going to wound me. And I'm a little bit more concerned about being on the warpath. You need a research post to build an academy down here, and you need 2 farms, and you need 2 quarries. So I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to turn off some of these forests. Temporarily. Not for long. Two farms. Wow. Needy. And the Masonic Hall requires 2 quarries. Have I taken this? No, I still haven't, have I? It's hard to take that when there's so many forests around that need to be taken instead. All right, there's my 2 quarries. That'll be enough to build what I need to build here. In the meantime, sure, let's build a golem mine. Why not? Just for fun. 6th version of Primal. It's basically the same, yeah. Across everything. Primal Dragon level up is the only available for that starting affinity. The other 5 are not available. So 1 Primal Dragon for starting affinity gives 6 affinity transformations. Seven. Because Materium turns you into an elemental, Chaos turns you into a fiend, Shadow turns you into undead, Astral turns you into ethereal, and Order turns you into a celestial, Nature turns you into a plant. / Fey. You also get Fey now if you take Nature Affinity. We're going to look into this a little bit more in the next playthrough because we're doing, spoiler alert, we're doing a lot of dragons next playthrough. We might be doing nothing but dragons next playthrough. It's gonna be messy. Vassalage with High Throne. Now will you rebuild that teleporter? You can create a new bounty. Teacher Guard and Trothcourt continue to be a pain in my bottom. I'm tempted to dismiss this spell just to get back to 300 mana. I want more mana so I can summon my ruler in every fight imaginable. Stat-wise, they are the same, yeah. Yeah, the primal dragon gets a couple little differences. You know what? I can take a look at this very, very quickly. I have this page open right now. The Primal Dragon gets 25 hit points instead of 15 hit points. And instead of getting a transfer ability, like becoming an Infernal Fiend or Ethereal, he gets natural regeneration. Which is kind of not that great. And you cannot, when you hit max level, you still have to take an Elder ability as well, and the Elder has to come from an affinity, so. What changes for the starting affinity for Primal? I mean, I guess you end up being... You don't transform, you stay dragon. I mean, you always stay dragon, but you don't take on an extra type. More HP and regen instead of race transformation and passives. Yeah. Yeah, because some of the other guys also get like Astral gets Ethereal, but they also get Cosmic Bolts. Chaos gets Infernal, but they get Vicious Killer and Terrifying Aura. Materium gains Bolstering Strike, Resistance Strike. Nature gets Fey Growth. I don't know what that is. Celestial does Condemn. And Undead gets Lifesteal, and slain units turn into zombies. Which is something I'm sure we've seen this campaign, and I've gone, huh? How'd that happen? Huh? I don't understand. Where'd those zombies come from? He asks for the 17th time. Dragonula. Blah, blah, blah. Change based on your starting affinity. What's the difference between a dragon that started nature and went primal versus a dragon that started shadow and went primal? Class. That's it. Nature would be a ritualist and shadow would be a charger, a warrior. But otherwise completely the same. I guess their dragon breath would also be based off of their starting claw. Question mark? Did I not attack this worm last turn? I meant to do that, but don't really matter, I suppose. Couple double prosperity dragons here. You don't say. You don't say. How much is this going to kill my mana if I take 2 bone dragons? It's going to kill my mana a lot. I'm going to guess they're probably 67 each. $39. Oh, I was way off. We also picked up a seal bearer. I'm going to get rid of him. These bone dragons, on the other hand, I will not be getting rid of. Do I just put them all in Charon's army? He does have Unholy Leader. He does have Unholy Leader. I like the idea of my giant bone dragon running around with a bunch of other bone dragons. It is very, very fitting. So I have a super spellcaster, which could go in here and replace this guy. And then I have another one of these pointy, sticky guys. There's not even a hero in this army. This army is so drunk. Pyromancers, seal bearers. Level nothing Vowkeeper. The Vowkeepers are just like actually really good is the problem. Trash them. I can make so much better. It can almost get there. You can just get here. The accursed shrine is saved. I hope. Huzzah! I still have a teleporter pact with her. That's fun. Even though we broke our alliance. Dev said they buffed dragons, but I'm finding them to be more glass cannon than they used to be. I think it probably depends on how you build them, is the reality. Like, I built this guy to be a big chunky monster, and he has 200 HP. Plus 9 defense, 6 resistance. Not to mention all of his other shenanigans. Now, I will, you know, he is level 15, but... like, this is my other tank character. He has 120 HP. This guy's literally built for retribution attacks. 145, 90, 90, 165. This is another, like, retribution-based charger. I got a lot more defense on him, but obviously he has gear as well, so... they do have more HP. Though they have other flaws. You gotta... I want to throw up looking at this. How does this guy put out so many gosh darn units every turn? So many mythic units? I know how he does it. Oh, we gotta get rid of this guy. I'm gonna take that. What he's doing is he's just using Rally of Kings. The Banner Lord modifier is on this map. So he's just casting Banner of Kings over and over and over and over again to refresh his army. Which is truly nasty. This is still not a good shot. He's got so many light bearers. He's got a whole other army down here on that teleporter. I don't have enough for the Ritual Calamity. That's like my best one. Nor do I have enough for Devastator Spheres. Oh, man. I have a lot of money, but... this doesn't look good. Is there any chance I can move you 1 square over? I can't. So my armies are split. Guys, will you rebuild that teleporter? For the love of God. I got a bunch of mana back there because I lost like Accursed Blades. I think I also lost an Accursed Trickster. I can make Warbreed in 1 turn, so I'm going to do that. Adok, my tank. Level 19. You've got 2 points. I guess let's give you defensive since you are the tank. This is your last skill point. You can take 1 defense, 10 evasion, 20% critical hit chance. Adjacent enemies are slowed. Or a big morale bonus. Oh, we don't really need morale because we're undead, so I'm just going to take the crit on her. Aldic completed a major ambition. We're back up to being a paragon. Okay. My army is trespassing. Oh, he built a transmutation circle down here, so I have to trespass every time I want to move my units back. I'm starting to think about like just building an outpost here. Or here, maybe. So I could build a teleporter. Honestly, kind of not a bad idea. If I take over this city, I could put a recruiting governor into it. I have a maxed out 2nd recruiting governor, so I could have a recruitment station here and 1 over here. Have to cast this in my own territory. I do need to burn down this quarry. Wasn't really looking at building another Calamity Dragon right now, but I think I'm just going to have to take that. And then I got a feeling this guy is in huge trouble. Huge trouble. Get what you're saying now? Meant when you different effects, thought meant to be mechanical effects, not just the visual change. Yeah. Surprisingly, the AI doesn't get draft bonuses from difficulty, unlike all other economic boosts. That's wild, because it seems like they can draft a lot of units. But they are really good at using Rally of Kings. That is one thing I have specifically noticed the AI does a very good job with. They will rally like there is no tomorrow. Hope we can hold this city. Here's the thing is like our sieging army is holding the cave. So anyone who wants to get down here has to fight through this in a 1v1 battle. That's really the only advantage I have. They have to fight the Demon Monkey King in a 1v1. Which does feel like a bit of a perk. Lift the siege and re-siege when you can afford it. Yeah, I mean, 4 turns and I get a bunch of mana back. It's okay. I got the money for it right now, so... I basically just need to be pumping out Warbreeds and Tricksters. Flat out. With Shades. Shades are also really good for us. The leader replaced leaders that spawn tons of armies all over their land. They don't often lose them as they're very strong stacks when they first take over. Oh, yeah. When they with the intrigue event, yes. I just noticed Seagullgrad has just decided to skip these 3 patches of forest. Take everything around them, but leave these patches. It's a border gore, if ever there's been one. They even managed to take this little narrow section. All right, she rebound the Ancient Gold Wonder up here. But it's okay. I don't think anyone has held more than 1 Gold Wonder at this point. I love that there's just a northern section of the map, and I feel like I have no idea what's happening. Oh, you're so destroyed. I just have to flee. -50% chance. Minus 50% chance of unit death when retreating. See, if I had level 4 on this guy, then he'd be guaranteed safe. You don't have sprints, do you? No. I'm just expecting him to hit me with so many spells right now that I can't move. Dude's got bone dragons. What are you doing? What are you doing with bone dragons? Nice. Okay, we all got out. Come, fight me in a 1v1. See how it goes for you. He won't do it. He can't beat this army, and he knows he can't beat it, so he can't come down here. Unless he takes another cave, which there might be one. I legitimately do not know. I don't think there is, though. So this means we should be able to take this city. If we can take this city, we can get a teleporter. If we can get a teleporter, everything changes. We can also then get that sanctuary and this sanctuary. We can actually reinforce, and not just reinforce, but reinforce right next to their capital. A plea from High Throne regarding the imprisoned hero Cecilia Elmonton. These guys are our vassals. That's fine. If it causes them to rank up faster. We just completed the backbiting cold, but that guy just got beat up. So I just wanted to see something here on these Dragon Claws, since we were talking about this earlier. Primary Dragon Lord. Warrior, Defender, Ritualist. Warrior. Defender. This does kind of make it seem like you can change. I think what it is it's just there's the charge warrior claw, and then you have the option if you want to use the multi-attack as a warrior. So if you want to be like a multi-strike berserker dragon, and then all these dragon claws are the same. Don't have a turn limit. No, turn limit of 200. I have a slow score victory. So 76 turn remaining. Which I'm having mixed opinions on. I find it's very difficult to achieve things like a magic victory if you're playing on any faster speeds. And a military victory is pretty much straight out the option. You could siege that. 1800. 1,200. You know what? These guys could take Peacefold. $12, $3, and $7. Why not just wait? I don't have to be in rush for that. I don't think I need a School of Cryomancy, so I'm just going to go on Produce Merchandise here from now on. And I guess I'm going to attack Tenant with this army. God, what a walk that's going to be. That's the best option we have? That can't be right. What if I just built a road right here? Still need another hero for this squad. Two of my teleporters are up. I'm going to boost this Seafarers Guild. We're at 1 to 89, 150, and 100. Huge. Got like 50 draft just from building that. Build a Paragon's Quarter, because why not? Ooh, you could teleport, I suppose. You guys could build ballista towers, I suppose. We're going to just keep building out war breeds right now because what we have is cash. We don't have a lot of mana. These guys are coming in at terrible ranks, so I don't want to do anything there. Underground, we've got... You're healing up a little bit. You're healing up a little bit. You're in not great shape, though. I'd love to put her in his army. I think that's the better choice because just in case they get attacked, then we've got a hero instead of just say a level 0 seal bearer. These guys are all going to take a morale penalty because of it, but it's the trade-off. Find the warrior odd because all their skills buff charging both sides of the tree. Not this side. This is like multi-attack, critical, 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 come back to life, berserk, execute, health, fighting, health damage, health, retribution. Yeah, like this entire side of the tree has nothing to do with charge. It's just that all of these skills are charge. So there's a bit of a mix. Okay, last thing I need to do is actually figure out what item do I need to build. You've got the Ghostly Touch Orb. You've got the Ghost Bow. The Frozen Typhoon. It's tier 3, so it's not bad. You've got your Claws. And my other hero is coming back from the dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is coming back from the dead. Okay. 20% magic damage. You know what we don't have is we don't have pants for the guy who's coming back from the dead. We had to take off his pants because his pants were so bad. Pass through could be really nice on him. And then he's a tank. I'm kind of inclined to just say 3 resistance. But I could put the spirit resistance on instead. Incorporeal legs. I actually kind of like that name. I got to get rid of some stuff. You. I forgot we bought all these really good rings. %60 harder to hit by physical ranged and magic attacks. Or +3 defensive resistance against physical range and magic attacks. I'll give you that one. Inspiring Killer and Camouflage. That's a tier 1. You so rarely seem to be getting shot, though. You've got the Killing Momentum ring, so you're just keeping that. You've got a Vicious Ring of Camouflage. You're probably just keeping that. I have lots of item slots open. You've just got a Band of the Killer, so that sucks. Inspiring Killer, Vicious Killer, and Slip Away is good. Wind Barrier and True Sight is better. Let's give you that, because as a dragon, people are going to want to shoot you with arrows more than anything else. And then I'll give you the Ring of Escape. No, I can't break those apart for a turn, so why don't we just do a quick little shopping trip? Anything good here? $119 gold. That's a lot of money. You've got the good prices. We'll just buy all of them and we'll just destroy all of them. Give me some item juice. Okay, sorry, and we just wanted to very quickly make these legs, which had pass through, spirit resistance, double resistance, shroud shorts. Let's go with that. Kept thinking it was because the Berserker unit was a shock unit, the Barbarian culture one. Yes, okay, yeah. If you use repeat weapon, you don't really utilize the plus damage bonuses to their potential. Yeah, because they'll do... You're not wrong, I'm thinking warrior equals charge. Well, it varies, right? So if a unit does +2 per attack, additional on non-repeating attacks, it'll do +4 on a non-repeating attack. So you get +6, which is higher if you attack with all 3. But that requires you also not to be using any movement. If your heroes get to 95% evasion, it breaks the AI of archers and mages. I could believe that. Huge % range dodge is quite easy as well. 25 from the trade, 60 from a fairly common ring. Yes, yep. I think that they would both work pretty well. Now with the shadow stuff as well. Right, like we have shadow form, is it called? Living shadow, which also gives you another 10% evasion. And a chance for blind, which makes it even harder for things to hit you. There's some tasty combos. There's some pretty tasty combos. All right, let's see what they do. Are they going to pile into this cave? That is the question. That is the $1 million question right now. So this would be good. I could vassalize Peacefold. If I turn Red Hill to a vassal as well, it just sort of gives me a line of vassals across the top. I don't really need copper load. Then we'd have this guy. I could vassal Steelgrad as well. If we did that, we would have full protection against any northern invasion. We could capture Lighthaven. Keep it for good. I'm really curious how this is going to work. If I return Sundrin, will she say, keep my city and give me Sunhold? Or is she going to insist on taking Lighthaven back? Because I'm gonna need that Golden Gate. But if she was here at Sunhold and a permanent ally, I'd be very happy with that, because then she would protect my Golden Gate. And she could always just move her capital. Spawnkin also gives 10% evasion. Yes, truth. All right, what are you doing, Silas? Oh, so you don't want to come down this cave? You don't want to come play with me? Not hard to get to 95, yep. Sentinel gets like 30%. There's certainly a few little tricks you can do. What happened here? Zorn is coming at me with a lot of heroes, a bunch of Inquisitors, Bone Dragons, Tyrant Knights. I still technically have the favor on this. I'm also built against him now. I don't really take fire damage. I'm just going to take that, dudes. Do I lose a Bone Dragon? Yes. Could I maybe get one back in a second? No. Because I need to kill a tier 5 mythic unit. He's like, oh, what do I do now? You get out with like 1 HP. You gotta be joking. You gotta be joshing me. Are you attacking me again? No. Okay. Oh, very polite. He left 1 unit by himself, so I got the 1/6 and the 4. Probably. Easy. Easy peas. Easy squeeze. Where are we going? Cut him off. Start this siege. 12 turns. 12 turns. 125 defenses here. I really didn't want to spend all my mana on this siege, but battlements are already destroyed. So just undermine the walls, and I guess we'll just harass the defenders for the last point. 5 turns of siege. That's 47 versus 22. Now, I could heal, because I'm going to lose this Bone Dragon if I attack. We might lose somebody else. Living Fog's not too bad. Fire shrines give faithful to people. Oh, I actually can no longer retreat from here, so I guess the dragon's just gonna come back in. We're all gonna move in. Let's pillage the province. These dudes can wait. All right, we got rock towers down here. Go with State Hall. Keep pumping out war breeds. All the live long day. We've got an academy up here, which is going to go into a Scholars Guild, I guess. This mage is now max level. He's going to get cheap logistics. I guess I could give him Draining Burst. This way, if somebody comes up next to him, he can just give him a blast. Charon's got his levels. He's going to take Berserker Rage and Resurgence so that he always comes back after a fight. Capu's got his levels. He's only got 2 more points. We said we were going to take this stupid bleed attack, so let's just do that. Peaceful sent a war party. We already destroyed it. Collected some remains, some remains, some remains. Remains. 56 income in the crypt. We got 1 more turn left until we siege Radiance and take it. We are going to make it ours. Looks like there's something down. He must have an outpost down here. And then he does have Stoneforge as well. It is possible he is marching an army through Stoneforge. Looks like it's waterways, so we all have to wait and see how that goes. We are still struggling to keep mana up, as is somewhat anticipated, but at least we can take this. That'll put us at 3. And then we have our options. There's the Golden Gate. There's that one. I just gotta ask, is there any other gold wonders on this continent that I just have missed? It really don't look like it. So I'm gonna assume that that's all there is. Speaking of marching, new Swift Marcher trait is super OP. It's a tasty one. I got it in some upcoming builds. I'm looking forward to it. 2 sieges, and we're marching on the capital of Tenet. My dudes, this is looking nice. And this is looking like a nice place to leave this for today. Turn 125. We are approaching our end game rapidly. I think we can probably win this on Friday if all things go well. We might need 1 extra day. So, stay tuned for our thrilling little conclusion.